Yesterday, we did a report on students from Ohio State University celebrating their football team winning a game, and cops got involved. They showed up in armored vehicles. They were spraying pepper spray indiscriminately into the crowd, which both Cenk and I disagreed with, okay? However, we also disagreed with one another as to whether or not police intervention was necessary in that case. Now, there were reports from the Associated Press that there were fires and that the students got a little too rowdy and it was dangerous, and Cenk wasn't buying it. And he said, and I quote him, "There was probably one fire." So I did some more research into this story, and here's what I found.
Gee, I wonder which way this came out.
And I found some more information. This is reported by the Baltimore Sun. They say that 89 fires were reported to the Columbus Fire Department, and they involved trash bins, dumpsters, and couches. The fire department said it responded to 3 reports of people with injuries in the campus area. Okay, this is not the police department. This is the fire department. Okay.
I got hold on.
No, there's more.
Right.
Okay. So apparently the cops repeatedly asked the students to move out of the way in the streets, right? And everyone's like, oh, they should totally celebrate in the streets. That's what they do, right? Well, it was a bit of an issue because since the people didn't clear the streets, the fire trucks couldn't get through the crowds to respond to the fires. So that's what I was referring to, okay? Like, you can't have anarchy. I understand why the cops want the kids to get the hell out of the streets.
Okay, so the minute Anna started with an update on the Ohio State story, I knew that she was going to go in this direction because we disagreed on the story, and she didn't tell me that this story was coming. So a little supplies.
No.
Okay, all right. I see the ambush.
Actually, I apologize. I don't have your Twitter handle with me at the moment, but someone tweeted the story to me last minute, and I read it.
Last minute.
And by the way, yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't care.
Oh, sure, yeah. After we do it on air, I'll send it to you. Okay. All right. So. Let me knock down a bunch of these things.
Right.
There was 3 injuries. On any given night, there'd be 3 injuries in Columbus, Ohio.
There's still 3 injuries.
3 injuries, like as of like, oh my God, there was a national situation going on there. Okay?
What does that matter if there are 3 people that need attention and then
but
the
on
fire
a normal
department?
night, it might be 7 people.
I know, but okay, why are you having a difficult time understanding this? When there are people celebrating in the streets, it's really difficult for paramedics or the fire department to get through to respond to that. So when cops are asking them several times, get out of the street, and they refuse to do it, well, what do you expect them to do?
Okay, so the idea is, and it seems so logical and intuitive, like, hey, wait a minute, now the fire department has to get through the streets, and that's what, so they got to move, right? Now, what do you think is quicker in Columbus, Ohio? Going 3 blocks around to get to the fire, or having the police department come in tanks and clear the streets for 15, 20, 30 minutes? Which one do you think is quicker? You think the fire department's sitting there going, oh, no, hold on. This is the most efficient route. I'm going to wait for 30 minutes while they pepper spray everybody in Columbus.
You're being so unbelievably unreasonable in this story, right? Both of us agree that they were pepper spraying indiscriminately and that was not the right way to handle it. But you also are making the ridiculous argument that it's totally okay for a bunch of people to set fires and party in the middle of the streets.
I never said it was okay to set fires.
You totally denied.
To party in the streets, yes. I did not say set fires.
Okay, well, there were 89 fires. So what are they supposed to do?
And
just
89
chill?
fires. They're like, oh, one was a tire, the other one was kind of a couch.
No, they were in dumpsters, couches.
Somebody left a cigarette on a couch.
No,
how many fires are on an average night in Columbus?
So since the article and since the report doesn't agree with what Cenk believes, right, he's just going to dismiss it as if it's all false reporting and it's not true.
Right, okay.
Yeah, okay.
No, look, I will grant you grant me on the pepper spray, and I grant you, and I did from the day one when we did the story first. Of course they shouldn't set fires. I said that like 3 times in the original story. And if the fires were out of control and they got to go deal with those, of course, right? But in the video we saw, there was no out of control fires, whether they were in a tire or whatever they were, okay? And you said that they had to clear the streets, right? And you make a good, compelling case here. You know,
but it's still not good enough.
Fire trucks got to go get to where they are, et cetera. But under that idea, there's always a fire somewhere. You could never, ever party in the streets. No. And I like how you started the story with Ohio State won a game or something. It's the national championship.
Who cares?
Okay.
I don't care if it's the national
I know, but-
championship. That doesn't mean that you go out in the middle of the street and you get rowdy and you cause a dangerous situation. And that's what happens.
That is when you're supposed to get rowdy. When there's a celebration when you win a national championship.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care if people hate on me for this. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's the most illogical thing in the world. Oh, our team won a game. Let's set shit on fire and get fucking crazy. No, calm your ass down. Celebrate, definitely. I like to celebrate. I like alcohol. I like to party, right? But I'm not going to get in the middle of the street and be like, whoa!
No.
Okay.
Okay, just keep it on the sidewalk. Here's what I would like you to do after your team wins the national championship. Rah, rah! I do declare that was well played indeed. I shall calmly walk on the sidewalk and go home and celebrate with a good pipe.
Yes, Cenk, that's exactly how I like to party.
Okay,
Good job. Good
Okay,
job.
so there's some chance that we have both Fox News this a little bit, with a little hyperbole on both sides, okay?
Wrong. Lots of hyperbole on one side, a little bit of hyperbole on another.
She continues to Fox News it. Okay, so you see our disagreement, and you're going to make me do a poll, which you know I'm going to crush. You made me do it.
Do a poll.
You made me do it.
You are going to crush the poll, but it's so stupid.
Okay. Should the Ohio State fans have partied in the streets? Okay? Should they have partied in the streets? Okay.
I don't think that's the right way of framing it.
Because that's our fundamental disagreement. Because you agree that they shouldn't have been sprayed. I agree, of course, they shouldn't have lit fires. Mm-hmm. You're saying they're rowdy in the streets and then they need to be cleared from the streets. Yep. I'm saying it's totally fine to be rowdy in the streets.
All right, fine.
So, should the Ohio State fans partied in the streets? TYTnetwork.com, you're going to have to settle this.
Anyway. That just sounds so innocent. Should people party in the streets? That sounds so fun. Yeah, of course everyone's going to be like, yeah, let's party in the streets. But there's nuance to the story, and you keep ignoring the nuance. Anyway.
All right, you know what? I'll be super fair. Should the Ohio State fans have had a rowdy party in the streets?
Okay, fine.
Okay.